Hi there, Aries. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your general freestyle for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a general reading and not necessarily centered around love and relationships, but if it comes up in the spread, I'll be sure to let you know. Right now, I'm just digging for your current energies. I want to take a look at, the energies that could be surrounding you at this time, upcoming events, future events, and maybe a little bit of my 2 cents too, because that's why I do this. Anyway, can I see Aries current energies, please? Can I see my current energies for my Aries people? So what's going on in Aries land? Okay, all right. Looks very, very uplifting, very positive, like almost victorious. It feels like there's a possibility that I have succeeded. Like if I have thwarted some animosity or actually, put something to rest. I'm above this. I am above messing with you, fighting with you, arguing with you. That stuff's beneath me. And so I always really, really like seeing messages like that. There's an Ace of Cups. There's a surety within yourself, like that self-confidence, that self-love, that I'm not going to be brought into that situation. Now with the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, however, it's a little bit more idea of I'm not necessarily all in with it. Like my actions are preceding my situation. So the situation itself isn't denotive of me being this. But if I go ahead and walk like a duck and talk like a duck, people are probably going to call me a duck. So if I'm walking with confidence and I have squashed beef or refuse to get caught up in certain amount of beef, then people around me will start to, and my situation will start to actually follow suit with that. So this is a nice little precursor, a nice little beginning of a snowball for you, Aries, from what I see. Let's see if I can see anything else with my Aries, please, in the current situation. Is there anything else that my Aries might need to know about their current situation? Because I don't feel done with this deck. I got to be honest with you. Oh, you're starting to see something. It's funny though, because every time I flip that light switch, the light in the garage goes off. So maybe this is the garage light switch. Kind of something that's kind of a little obvious, but you don't necessarily pick up on it until you start to do this, or because you start to notice it, you start to act accordingly or differently, I'm kind of digging it. So let's go ahead and put this deck down, even though it does not want to be put down. It is not done. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Well, we're going to go ahead and it starts on the inside before it proceeds on the outside. That is a little interesting. I want to see the external energies, the energies surrounding my Aries right now. Right, external forces, energies, situations, people, places, things. Can I have a few cards on external forces in my Aries situation, life, energy field at this time? Can I have a few cards? No, that's not right. Y'all, I'm already exhausted. Okay, a little bit of gossip, a little bit, oh, okay, so there's a little bit of gossip, a little bit of manipulation. Justice, there's things that you aren't seeing. Okay, so there might be somebody that you do admire, trust, deem them innocent, right? But there's something that you don't see about that person. Okay, so that person or situation, there's somebody around you that is not as on the up and up. They're a little bit gossipy, they're a little bit manipulative. That means that, you know, they could be listening to what you say or listening to you talk, or they have enough trust to hear you say things, right? Following, kind of manipulating what you say to fit their understanding or their agenda, right? I'd say that they're a little bit self-serving, except the Seven of Swords is not in the upright, it is in the reverse. So they're making something, it's not about them. They are rectifying a previous situation. So in all actuality, the reason why you feel comfortable around them is because they have misled somebody else. Except the coin has flipped now. So they feel like rectifying that situation. It's not necessarily about them. They're not betraying you because of personal. They're just betraying you because they feel bad about betraying somebody earlier in the situation. Does that make any sense? I kind of hope it does, because that's what I'm getting from the reading. You have a friend that hasn't necessarily gotten your best interest, but I mean, call a spade a spade. If I'm going to pick sides, I'm going to betray this person or turn a cold shoulder to this person to cling to you, and then later on in the game do the same thing. It is a personality trait. And I think that if you use that landmark feature that I just gave you, somebody that, you know, they're known for it. In other words, it's not going to catch you by surprise. Maybe the fact that they're doing it to you will come as a surprise, but the fact that they do it is no surprise to you, Aries. So but like I said, you could be squashing beef with the person themselves, but not, it says, out of self-love, or because you've seen something, like you recognize something came to light, you realize they weren't such a bad person, or you realize fighting like that was beneath you or whatever, but you're not taking action on it yet. But it's like the other party is already going to know, because this friend that you have is kind of playing the devil's advocate, playing both sides of the field, and not necessarily keeping your secrets. Okay, Aries. So all in all, it's not necessarily that they are betraying you. They're just not worthy of the confidence that you have in them. Okay, what does this mean? I wanna know how Aries should move forward with this. Okay, there's the Justice card in the reverse and the Knight of Swords. Just hold your tongue, because you don't have all the answers. I have the Ten of Wands. It's going to be relief. It's going to be a relief if you, with the Justice in reverse and the Knight of Swords. So the idea here that I'm getting is that they're telling that other person things about you that you've told them. Right? But they're not, it's not even, it's not equal. They're not coming back and telling you things about that person that they've said. You understand? So just go ahead and I'd say pull back at this time. I don't necessarily see a huge amount of problems with the situation as it is, but Spirit is suggesting just hold your tongue a little bit. You know, go ahead and start putting a tourniquet on the amount of information that goes out. Or, as I like to do, if I know somebody is backstabbing and being a little bit betraying towards me, I like to tell them only things that I would like that person to know, or that it benefits me that that person knows. So I start to adjust what I give out. So whichever way you decide to go with it, Aries, now would be the time to go ahead and start making those moves and putting it into play. I have the Four of Pentacles in reverse here, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. It says it's a little bit deceptive, right? I do have some very, very deceptive energy in withholding the truth and in an attempt to hold something and not let something go. In an attempt to not lose both friends. Now, whether or not, like I said, you have some discord with this one friend and this other friend is creating possible discord, in order for you to actually be above the situation, you need to handle things with a little bit of wit. And it says that being self-serving and deceptive and withholding of information at this time will it's more of an extra line of defense of actually releasing the situation. It's like if I cut off somebody, if I am above beefing with this person, I am also going to stop messages with the messenger. Okay, I also have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is in reverse here. It's almost like you're going to remember that. I'm going to remember that. Just keep it in the forefront and do call a spade at this time when it comes to that person and or persons in your general area. Now I'm going to pull a couple of cards on what that means in the upcoming for you. What is happening in the upcoming for my Aries? What does the future hold for my Aries? Please, Spirit. What does the future hold for my Aries? What is going on? Future endeavors for my Aries. I'm going to show you before I show myself. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Future endeavors for my Aries. Okay, so we're still not taking action anymore, but our Justice card is in the upright. So now we do see things, but we're still not making obvious actions or movements on the outside. Like I said, it had come to my attention that you had made a decision that you are above that. I'm starting to see certain things, and I'm not perpetuating the beef, right? But I'm not going to display that outwardly. I'm going to keep that to myself. You're still doing that, but now you see the leaks that you might have had. You're a little bit distraught about it because maybe there's a possibility that you had put in, like you had really trusted this person and they were not trustworthy. It was unrequited. Like you might have actually taken them places. There are hidden dangers of not being able to rise above this situation, right? Like emotionally speaking, there seems to be a feeling of forlorn, or another idea of that's going to really have the opportunity to take you down to pound town kind of emotionally, right? And it's interesting that I can't necessarily say to negate that or fight against it. It is feeling like a loss, you know? But it's just one more layer in the onion, honestly, because you had started to perceive something, started to go ahead and make the changes or create the action without being outwardly active of it. Now it's just one more layer, and so it's a little bit more. So I just thought that there was a 20% chance of rain, but come to find out there was a 40% chance of rain. It doubled. You know, so now I'm kind of sad and sitting in my house. Oh, but I have a lot to say. Now let's dig a little bit deeper. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, and full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle. So the chances of this igniting that Aries fire energy, like you done messed with the wrong one, AA Ron, is going to bring you right back full circle again, and you're not going to be able to hold your tongue with it. You are going to communicate the discord and the issues and the problems. I don't know if necessarily Spirit advises that. Like I said, I'm getting the idea that it's best to hold your peace at this time and cut the losses. But it does seem like in the upcoming something, I don't know what happens, but something flips the switch. I've been quiet long enough, or I've held my peace long enough, and y'all have crossed the line. I'm not no more Mr. Nice Guy, and here it comes. And you're going to start that drama all over again. But there will be a nice little Four of Swords kind of moment where you do pull yourself off of the playing field and kind of do reach a higher state of consciousness within yourself, and I don't know if it's long lasting though. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't seem to be long lasting. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and pull a couple of cards, and we're going to talk about it because like I said, and like I do say, we could give you advice all day, but when the cards are laid out, we've already factored into the situation your personality trait. The meme actually says he actually factored in your stupidity, but I'm not going to say that. We're gonna go ahead and say we've already factored in your personality trait in this situation, and it is up to you. You do have free will. Everything it's your game. It's your playing field. It's your game. It's your book. It's your story. Tell it how you want to. But I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards just to go ahead and get a bird's eye view real quick. I see the Magician. I see you being in control. I see some deceptive behavior here with the King of Cups emotionally. Okay. Okay, so I do see some random little mishaps, right? Okay, so I do see some random little mishaps with the Magician being my predominant, like I'm building this, I'm telling this story, I'm writing this story, I'm creating this future outcome. But I'm doing it, like I said, a little bit deceptively. Self-servingly, right? And the thing is that it's packed with negative, kind of detrimental emotional imbalance and stuff like that. It's kind of packed with, I brought you to the movies, I brought you eat, I bought you shoes, and you're going to betray me and you're going to choose them over me, and it'll kind of set things into, like I said, a little bit of emotion. I got the Lover's card in reverse. I got the Empress in reverse. And I got the Two of Swords. It says the same thing. It's I don't necessarily see a lesser of two evils. I see some discord coming almost no matter which way you slice it, right? Because with the Empress in reverse, it's denotive of a loss, right? But with the Lovers in reverse, it's a denotive to me of severance. So you lose them or you lose them, you know, and I don't know how to exactly give you the idea of play on words that I'm going with here. You loose them, or you lose them. I see the Page of Cups in the upright and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so, but with the severance, you could choose the higher road. Because like I said, anytime we're willing to make an advancement or make some changes or ascend in our life, Spirit will often give us tests. Now, this looks like a test in which predominantly like 80-90% of you might not be able to hold your tongue or hold your peace. You know, where you will again entangle yourself and then have that repeating pattern or those connectives, you know, but then at the same time, if you're able to, when that happens, and instead you feel sorry for them, because if you really were up to a higher standard or had actually ascended, you would pity them instead of getting angry at them. You understand? So I think that those are your two sides of the card, the two sides of the stone, or the two sides of the coin when dealing with this situation. I do see Temperance in reverse. There is a predominant idea, though, that there will be a huge emotional disturbance. So don't be looking at it like it's just like this small little thing. Something like will trigger you. And I think it's intentionally sent and to trigger you, you know. So at that time, and I think that even as prepared as we try to make ourselves, like, you know, when the time comes and they trigger me, I'm just going to still sit down. But sometimes there's that overwhelming sense of rage or, you know, justice, vigilante kind of justice that kind of just comes up and kind of overtakes us like we're possessed or something. So Aries, I'm not putting that past you, and the cards aren't putting it past you either, but here's your time and you can wait for it. If this is indeed your reading, you can go ahead and wait for it, because as big as the person as you're trying to be, don't think that that dam won't be pushed one more time or harder. You know what I'm saying? As they're trying to break that gate and pass on through. And it is up to you. Meditate on it daily and kind of go ahead and try to focus your attention on the actual goal, as opposed to getting re-wrapped up into petty drama that you had made a decision to go ahead and move past. All right, Aries, that's pretty much all I have for you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Do hit the bell if you want to be informed next time I upload. And I hope to see you again real soon at Eyes to See Tarot.